So, um, and it is it 10 p.m. in Brazil right now or
Yes.
9
Yeah.
p.m.? 10 p.m. Okay. And do you guys only have one time zone?
No, we have some different time zones in Brazil.
Yes, I
Okay.
guess we have three time zones, and the daylight and saving time just ended last weekend.
Okay. So really, okay. So some of the time zones have changed. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize this. So um, yeah, because we will have like the daylight savings time change in a couple months, in March, end of March. so so anyway, um, right. Well, today we're going to talk about travel and holidays. So when was the last time you went on a trip, Ramon?
Last time, let me remember here. I guess it was last year in May, I think.
And where did you go?
I went to Maceió. It's a beautiful state here in Brazil. It's in the northeast of Brazil.
Uh-huh. Okay. And is it near the beaches, or is it mountains, or forest, or rainforest,
Yes,
or?
very beautiful beach and very hot water.
Uh-huh. That's nice. So, and Max, how about you? When was the last time you went on a vacation, or when was the last time you traveled?
Uh, the last time I traveled was in January. I
January.
traveled to Natal, a city next to Maceió.
Okay. A city next to Maceió for well, wait, I let's get a bear with me a moment. I'm gonna get a map of Brazil up here so you guys can show me.
Okay.
That helps. So, see, this one I think looks good. So, okay. So first, now what did you say, Brazil? I mean, not Brazil, Max. Where?
Uh,
So first of all, where are you located? That might help me.
I am in São Paulo.
Okay, São Paulo. So that's
Pink,
um,
the pink state.
pink, pink, pink. Okay, so you're here, and
No. Yes, yes.
São Paulo, and you're here. And where did you go?
I went to Natal in the
Natal, in the
northwest.
northwest. Natal, right there. Okay, okay. And so, Ramon, where do you live?
I live in Minas Gerais state. It's the yellow state. It's like a face, the form, the shape. Yes, that's it. Minas
Right here.
Gerais.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
Rio. Okay, and where
No,
did you travel to?
yeah, it's close to Rio. This one, Minas
Okay,
Gerais.
this
Yes,
one.
that's it.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm. Yes. I went to Maceió. It's close to Natal.
Natal. Okay, so it's over in this area as well. Montserrat, right there.
Yes.
Okay. So this
Mm-hmm.
is a
Yes.
tourist area for Brazilians, where this is a
Yes.
tourist
Yes. Yes.
area for internationals. So, hello, Diana. How are you? Have you ever been to Brazil?
Hello, Holly. I'm fine. I don't know Brazil.
Oh, you
Not
know, so you haven't
yet.
been there. Yeah. Not, yeah, one day, right? So, I
Yes,
haven't,
I think it's beautiful.
yeah, I agree. So, tell us, Diana, tell us about the last time you had traveled. Where did you go?
I went in Canada.
You went to Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you go in Canada?
I went in Vancouver, Edmonton. um, Niagara.
Oh wow, you were all
Um,
over. So
yes, and
so
Calgary
Vancouver.
too.
So you went to Vancouver and then Manitoba. Where
No,
did you go?
in Alberta, in Calgary, and Edmonton.
Okay, so Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton, and then all the way over to. So just these two places.
What?
So
Sorry?
what was the third place that you went to? You went
Oh,
to
in Niagara, in Ontario.
Niagara, and that's over here somewhere in
Yeah,
Quebec.
but that
Yeah.
was a really fantastic because I didn't plan to visit Niagara because it's so far. But in
Mhm.
the scale of my travel, I was
Mhm.
a trip to Toronto, and I had a scale to for 20 hours, and
Uh-huh.
I took advantage of that and visit Niagara.
Oh, got it. So you basically your main trip to was to Vancouver and then Calgary, and then when you were flying back, you were in Toronto, and
Yes.
you had a 20-hour layover, so you went to Niagara. Okay, got it. I understand. Um,
Yes.
yeah, because I was like confused how you would able to be here and then here, so because it's so far.
Oh,
So
it's so far and it's very expensive. But if
yes,
I have money, oh yes, okay.
yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've been to Canada twice. When I was a really little girl, we took a ferry from Washington State to Victoria right here,
Oh yes, it's
and
beautiful.
then Victoria Island. And then when I was in high school, we went to Vancouver for a band competition, and that's the only time I've been in Canada was to just the Vancouver Island. So.
Yes, it's big.
Any, anyway, and I'm trying to think of when the last time I traveled. Um, Man, I don't travel anymore. I used to travel all the time. Wow, this is where I live, and I think the last time I traveled was I drove this way to Wyoming, this area right here, to a friend's wedding, and so it was a road trip. I think that was pretty much the last trip that I've taken. Um, and
Really?
that was at least 3 years ago. So
Idaho?
Idaho, yeah,
Ah, you
that's
live
where
in
I'm.
Idaho. Okay.
Yeah, Idaho is a it's a Idaho is as you can see, it's one of the larger states land-wise, but it has few people. We have basically two pockets of areas that has people. The largest city is Boise that has about 200,000 people, and the metropolitan area of Boise has 500,000 people, and that's it. And the entire state, we only have 3 million people in the entire state.
Mm, okay.
How is the weather where you
Uh,
live?
the weather in Idaho is right now it's very mild. We're having a very mild winter. The temperature is, I think, about 10, 15. So it's very warm for Idaho. So,
Really?
uh, but this is basically the scenery of Idaho, um,
Oh, beautiful.
and this is why
It's
we have
nice.
few people. Yeah. So wow. I wonder where this is. This is beautiful.
Have you visited all of that places?
Have I been to all this place? I know this is Google Images. So
Oh.
this is Coeur d'Alene, I know that, and this is up in the northern part of Idaho. Um, this is kind of what I feel like I see all the time is right here. So
It's really nice.
just just a sagebrush and so forth. But yeah, Idaho is it can be beautiful, but for example, we do have a proper winter. But our summers are very, very hot, but we have a very dry climate. So if you ever want, if you're the type of person when you travel, you like to camp and fish and hike, Idaho is the place to go. But if you like to go to shopping malls and do the city thing, Idaho is not the place to go. So
Idaho is a place to me.
is that a place for you? Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
somebody said
it's
yesterday.
caves and
Yeah,
hiking, all those things.
yeah. So let's look at some. What we're going to do is we're going to systematically go through some vocabulary words, and at the same time, we will discuss these words or discuss your experiences with these situations. So let's work together. Which of the items below would you take with you on a camping, beach, or sightseeing holiday? And so we have a backpack, a kite, a snorkel, a beach towel, a penknife, a torch, a first aid kit, a plug adapter, flip-flops, a guidebook, a sleeping bag, and sun cream. So Ramon, can you choose one of these items and put it in the correct category?
Let me see here. A backpack could be any camping holiday.
Okay. A backpack would be a camping holiday. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was just typing in a camping holiday. It's like, no, it's a backpack. So, however, I don't know about you guys, but I use backpacks on sightseeing trips and beach holidays as well. So, hi, Julio. How are you?
Hello, Holly. I'm okay, thank you.
Excellent. So, could you tell us about the last trip? First, before we go back to this, tell us about the first trip, not the first trip, the last trip that you have taken.
Probably was like 8 months ago. I
Uh-huh.
went to a neighboring town called, well, it's not like neighboring town, it's a place very close to a neighboring town. It's called Jalcomulco. It's a very, very, very small town that is among several mountains, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very beautiful because it has a lot of trees and it has a very nice river, and you can
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of camping and hiking and rafting. So
Mm.
it was very, very fun, and the weather is always it's never sunny, but
Mm-hmm.
it's never cold, so it's just
Oh,
a
wow.
perfect temperature.
Perfect, like 20 degrees or something like that.
Yeah, exactly, like 16 to 20 degrees.
That's my perfect temperature. That's why I'm so enamored or interested in moving to Colombia because Bogota apparently has that when it's not raining, I guess. So, all right. So we have a backpack. We've identified as a camping holiday. However, some of us do take backpacks on beach and sightseeing trips. Um, Max, can you choose one of these words?
For a camping holiday.
Yeah, or camping or beach holiday or sightseeing trip, whichever.
Okay. Uh, Sun cream for a beach holiday.
Sun cream for a beach holiday, yes. Yeah. Okay, and in American English, we actually call instead of sun cream, excuse me, we usually call it either sunblock or suntan lotion. instead of sun cream. So, Diana, can you choose one of these?
For a camping holiday, a guidebook.
A guidebook for a camping holiday?
Yes, no?
No. But maybe.
Where, if you don't know where is the road, is the place where do you know?
Okay. So, but that would be more of a map.
Ah, okay. Maybe it is that.
Yeah.
Well, then that maybe a penknife then.
And so a penknife, yes. Now a guidebook will have like the what it has is about local sites and places that you can go in a local area.
Okay.
Such as the hours for the museums and the zoos and the amusement parks and things like that. So,
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. All right. Ramon, can you choose one?
A snorkel would be in a beach holiday.
Perfect. Have you ever been snorkeling?
Yes, last time I traveled, I snorkeled. This is the best time.
Is it fun?
Yes, very interesting.
Uh-huh. I've always wanted to do it, but I've never been in a situation where I've been able to. So, all right. Max, can you choose one?
Okay. A guidebook for a sightseeing trip.
Yes, a guidebook is for a sightseeing trip. I mean, technically, a lot of these can be used in the other things. For example, you can have a guidebook for a camping holiday. So, a guidebook full of camping spots. Or a beach holiday, you could have a guidebook full of beaches. But normally, people will have a guidebook when they're sightseeing. So, okay, Ramon, can you choose one?
A sleeping bag would be for a camping holiday.
Mm-hmm. A sleeping bag, okay. And Max. Oh, did I skip you, Diane? I think I did. Diana.
Oh. For a beach holiday, flip-flops.
Flip-flops, yes. Flip-flops. Does everybody know what flip-flops are? Okay. Max, can you choose one?
What that means? Flip-flops?
Flip-flops? Oh, good. Let me show you. Go to. I love Google Images, so because it just shows you everything. Flip-flops. So that's.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The Brazilians like to use flip-flops on the beach.
Yeah. I think a lot of companies have, at least in the States, they have dress codes where people can't wear flip-flops to work because otherwise people would be wearing flip-flops everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. Max, can you choose one?
Okay. A kite for a camping holiday.
Camping. Okay. I will put that there, but I think a lot of people also use fly kites on the beach, don't they?
Yes, I prefer using a kite in a camp holiday, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of these actually will fit in several categories. So, Ramon, can you choose one?
Beach towel would be a beach holiday.
Yes. I am right now. I am house sitting. Do you guys know what that means? I am staying at a person's house while she is traveling for work, and I'm watching her cat. And she has a beach towel that is the size of a blanket. I'm like, this
Wow.
is awesome. I asked her, where did she get it? She goes, oh, I just got it at a store. I'm like, I need at least 5 of these. So it was.
What is the verb? Is housing?
It's called house sitting. So I put it on the Verbling chat. So
Okay.
okay, so house sitting. I'm not sure why, but there's 2 Verbling chats, so I'm trying to fit both of them. Yeah, but that means if you stay at someone's house to watch over the place and so forth, it's called house sitting. So, all right. Okay, so Diana.
A torch for a camping holiday.
A torch for a camping holiday, yes. And does anybody know what a torch is in American English?
Mm,
It is a flashlight.
it's the same thing.
They're the same things. Yeah. In British English, they call a torch a flashlight. Now, in American English, a torch is something completely different. So we might use a torch as, let's see. This one's British English, and this one's American English. American English, British English. So that's basically the difference between the two. One is electric and one is not. So okay, Ramon, can you choose one?
Yeah. Yes. First aid kit. Could I use it in a camping holiday? Yes, I
Okay.
guess I can.
Yeah. A first aid kit, and I think it would also work on a beach holiday too, depending on if you're really prepared or not.
Yes.
So, and Max, the next one, last one.
A plug adapter for
Yes.
uh, a sightseeing trip. Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know why I put flip-flops on a sightseeing trip. They should be on a beach holiday. So anyway, so a guidebook and a plug adapter for sure is a sightseeing trip. Then we have the beach holiday, which would be sun cream, flip-flops, snorkel, a kite, a beach towel, a backpack. A camping holiday, a torch, a backpack, a first aid kit, a penknife, a sleeping bag, and a kite. Okay, so can you guys think of other items you would take, for example, on a camping holiday? Anything else? So, Diana, can you think of one more item that you would take on a camping holiday? Hello?
I don't know.
Hello?
Maybe.
Maybe a tent, a tarp. I don't know how to say that.
Okay, so kitchen equipment?
No, a curb, the tent.
Oh, okay, a tent.
Yes.
Tent. Okay. All right, Ramon, how about you? What would you take on a camping holiday? What is something else, another item that you can think of?
A camping holiday. Maybe a pillow.
A pillow, yes. For some people, that's very important. So, and Max, what would you take?
Maybe sunglasses
Sunglasses, okay. Very
for
important.
for a beach for a camp holiday. Yes.
Yeah, okay. And I would take the most important item for me would be food. So, okay. And how
Yeah.
about for a beach holiday? Yeah, it's funny because when I think of camping, that's the first thing I think of. It's not where am I going to sleep? It's what am I going to eat? So, but a beach holiday, Diana, what is that? Can you think of something else you would take on a beach holiday?
An umbrella.
Umbrella, yes. Okay. Okay. And Max, can you think of something?
Uh, a hat.
A hat? Yes. Okay. It's like a sun hat. Ramon, can you think of something that you would take on a beach holiday?
Speedo.
Yes. How about this? We'll say a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Swimsuit.
I always forget this word.
Yeah, and it's interesting because in English, American English, we might actually call it a bathing suit, and in British English, they call it a bathing costume. No, a swimming costume. But in reality, there's so many other words for it. So we have, for example, you said a Speedo. We also have swimming trunks for men.
That's it. Swimming trunks. This one I
Yeah,
remember.
and for women, it's a bikini or or a suit, swimming suit. But usually we'll use swimming suit for both men and women, just as a general one. Bathing suit we don't use like we do swimming suit. But it's interesting in the material they all say bathing suit is American English, swimming costume is British English. So, all right, sightseeing trip. What would you guys take on one of these? I would take a camera. And I would also take a camera to the beach. So, Diana, can you think of something else you would take on a sightseeing trip?
A bottle of water.
What? A bottle of water.
A bottle
Okay.
of water.
Water
Yes.
bottle. Water bottle. Okay. Very important. Max, can you think of something?
A GPS.
GPS. Okay. That makes sense.
It's
Okay. And
important.
yeah, depending on if you are doing the sightseeing yourself or on a tour. Yeah, exactly. Ramon, what would you take?
Maybe a binocular.
Binoculars. Oh,
Yes.
see, how do I pronounce that though? How do I spell that? Binocular. I knew it spelled it wrong. So, okay, there. Thank God for
Binocular.
spell check.
Yeah.
So, hi Kako, how are you today? So let's go on. Let's talk about synonyms for trip or journey. Let's match the words on the left with the definitions on the right. So we have a voyage, a trek, a cruise, a tour, an expedition, and an outing. So let's talk about what all these mean. Let's look at the definitions and see if we can match these up. Ramon, can you read the first line right here?
A journey on a ship for pleasure.
Okay, and so what would that be?
I guess it would be a cruise.
A cruise. Yeah. Yeah, a journey on a ship for pleasure would be a cruise. Perfect. And Max, could you read the next one?
Uh, I don't know what a track means. I
Okay.
don't know that word.
Okay. A trek is usually it's basically another word for a trek is a hike. You know, hike. That's when you walk through the walk around the forests or in the countryside. It's basically
Okay,
walking. So
let me see.
okay. So what I'd like you to do, Max, is read this second line right here on the
Okay,
right hand side.
a journey or a trip for pleasure in which you visit different places.
Okay. So what would that be?
Uh, a tour.
Yes, it would definitely be a tour. Definitely. Excellent. And Diana, could you read the next one?
A long journey, especially by ship.
And so what would that be? Any idea, Diana?
A voyage, maybe?
Excuse me. Yes. Yeah. It's funny. I muted to cough, and then as soon as I unmuted, I coughed. So
Okay.
it's funny. Kako, could you read the next one? Welcome.
Hi, Holly.
Hello. So
A long
welcome.
walk, a long,
Uh-huh.
thank you. A long walk in the mountains or countryside. An expedition.
No. Any idea?
An
There's
outing.
excuse me?
An
An
outing.
outing? No, not an outing.
Oh,
Anyone else want to help him out?
I guess it's a trek.
A trek, yeah. So a trek or a hike would be a long walk in the mountains or countryside. Okay. So, Ramon, can you read the next one?
Mm-hmm. A trip, visit for pleasure or education, which usually lasts less than a day. It's an expedition.
No, it's not an expedition.
So let me think here. An outing. An
Yes,
outing.
an outing. Now, another word for an outing is what they say in British English, and in American English, we might actually call it a field trip. So, all right. And so the last one, an organized journey by a group of people for a particular purpose, would be an expedition. So that would be an expedition. All right. So, Max, have you ever been on a cruise?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, but you plan on it. What kind of cruise are you hoping to go on?
Uh, I like to let me think. I'd like to go in a cruise to cross the ocean.
Oh, okay. So you would like to go like on the QE2 or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and that's cool. Ramon, have you ever tell us about the last tour you were on?
On the last tour I was on wasn't a travel to Maceió because they have a city tour as soon as we get there.
Okay, so when you were on the trip that you told us about, you went on a city tour as soon as you
Yes.
got there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
All right. And okay. All right. And Kako, could you tell us about the last outing that you've been on?
Um, my last outing was with my family
Mm-hmm.
to visit some towns in the interior of the state where I was born.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how long was it? Was it all day or half a day or?
All day. It lasts all day.
Mm-hmm. It lasted all day. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And Diana, have you tell us about the last time you went trekking or hiking?
The last time was 5 months ago, maybe, in a natural park
Mm-hmm.
here near to Bogota. That was a great day, and it's a very big natural park.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. And was that like an all-day outing, or did you have to actually, or did you stay over, or anything like that?
We were walking or hiking 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst part was in the afternoon rained a lot.
Really?
We had to to run to until a place with a roof, but
Uh-huh.
the place was very very far, and we were wet
Okay. So you
since
had to find it. You had to find what we call a shelter.
yes, a shelter. Yes.
Yeah, I have done that. I've been hiking and it started raining and we had to find a shelter and we were never warm until we got home. So
Yes,
okay,
but in the
but
morning it was a beautiful day. In the afternoon, yes,
yeah,
we didn't expect that the rain
uh-huh.
arrived.
Like what? It was so beautiful this morning. So okay, let's go ahead and see if we can complete these sentences with the words from above. Ramon, can you read number 1?
Mhm. We are going on to Monterey next year. I guess. Let me think here. We're going on an expedition to
Yeah.
Mount Everest next year.
Expedition. And one of the reasons I knew that was that way because it's we. Usually you wouldn't say I or he. An expedition is always a group of people. So, all right, Max, could you read number 2?
Travis was exhausted after the hike in the forest.
Yes, after the hike or the trek in the forest. Perfect. All right, and Diana, number 3.
James and Maria spent their honeymoon on a Caribbean cruise.
Cruise, very, very good. All right. Okay, and Kako.
Diane's children are going on a school
On the school.
in an outing to the British Museum.
Yeah, so Diane's children are going on a school outing.
Outing
Outing.
to the British Museum.
Yeah. Now, if they were Americans, it would be Diane's children are going on a school field trip to the British Museum. So that would be the difference there. So number 5. Can anybody tell me? Anyone want to volunteer for this one?
Kako.
Okay. So Kako.
Columbus' most famous expedition took place in 1492 when he discovered the Americas.
Okay, expedition could work on that, but there's another one that's even more better, and this is a long journey, especially by ship.
No.
So it would be a voyage.
Voyage.
Yeah. So Columbus, and then on this one, because you have this right here, this means it is a that you'd actually say it Columbus's.
Okay,
Columbus's,
teacher.
yeah, and that's showing possession. And the reason there isn't another S is because it's kind of silly to have 2 S's in a row. So you have the Columbus and then this that indicates that the sound is Columbus's. Columbus's most famous voyage. All right, number 6. Does anyone want to do that one? Any volunteers? Ramon, talk to us.
Mari took us on a guided tour of Rome.
And I bet it was great. Have you been to Rome, Ramon?
No, not yet. But I want to go there someday.
Yeah, I have been to a lot of cities, and I want to go back and go on guided tours. Like I went to Rome, and I had no money, so we just kind of wandered around. And next time I travel, I want to have more money. So, all right, travel collocations. Okay, so these let's complete the collocations. Use a dictionary where necessary. So what we're going to do is we match these, and these are the definitions. So we won't be matching these at all. Okay, so we have pitch, get, exchange, pick up, get, cut short, and suffer from. And then we have a few phrases: a holiday, a suntan, a tent, jet lag, money, ripped off. Kako, can you start with these?
Pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Combination, collocation.
Mm-hmm. So you can combine them together.
I will try another. Get.
One.
Get money.
No. There's another collocation's better.
Okay. Exchange money. To change money from one currency into another.
Perfect. Exchange money to change money from one currency to another. Perfect. Diana, can you choose one?
Pitch is to put up, fix, attend.
Okay, yes. So pitch a tent. Perfect. All right. Max, can you do one?
Suffer from jet lag.
Suffer from jet lag. Yes, perfect.
That means
Right here.
To feel tired after a long journey by plane.
Perfect. Yes. And Ramon.
Uh, cut short holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And to end the holiday earlier than planned.
Yes. Okay. And Kako, can you choose one?
Get a suntan.
Get a suntan. Perfect.
To become darker because of the sun.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Diana, can you choose one?
Mm, get a few phrases.
No,
No.
it'd be the other one.
Get a bit up.
So get ripped off. So what would that be?
Okay.
So to pay too much for something like in a taxi.
Okay.
Okay. And then this last one, of course, is to pick up a few phrases, which is to learn some phrases while on holiday. So have any of you guys ever traveled outside of your countries yet? Kako, have you?
Can you repeat, teacher, please?
Yeah. Have you traveled outside of Brazil?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay. On the last trip that you went abroad, did you pick up a few phrases?
Yes.
What were they? Do you remember?
The last time I traveled abroad, I visited Venezuela,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned some new words in Spanish.
Perfect.
But now I don't remember to speak here
Yeah,
or
exactly.
speaking here.
Yeah. I when I went to Colombia 5 years ago, I remember the only thing I knew was thank you in Spanish. And then when I went to say it, I forgot it. So I felt so bad. Of course, everybody, all Americans know how to count to at least 5 in Spanish, but um, I didn't know enough to be traveling there. So, Diana, how about you? Last time you traveled somewhere, did you get ripped off?
Please repeat. I didn't understand.
Yeah. Last time you traveled somewhere,
Yes.
did you get ripped off?
Oh, yes. In Canada, the food is very expensive.
Uh-huh.
And
it wasn't worth
burger.
it.
I was very disappointed for the price for a burger. It's 3
Uh-huh.
times to the price here in Colombia.
Really?
Yes.
So you were ripped off by the food. Okay.
Yes. Really, really.
Right. So, and a lot of times ripped off, I mean, basically on this one, you felt ripped off because you actually didn't get ripped off because even though you paid too much usually to get ripped off, it means you pay more than the average citizen does. So if you had gone to Canada and they charged you more for the food because you were a foreigner, then you got ripped off.
Okay.
But you can still say instead of get ripped off, you can say I felt ripped off because if you compare the prices to Colombia, it was very, very it was too expensive for the quality. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, all right, Max. Have you ever cut short a holiday?
Yes, in my last trip, I was robbed. Robbed.
You were robbed. So I was robbed.
Robbed. Yes.
Robbed. So that.
So I have to go back because of my documents.
Hmm.
I I I I after the robbery I had no documents, so I had to
Hmm.
go back.
Hmm. Okay. And as far as this goes, you would want to say robbed because that's how it's spelled. We actually say robbed.
Robbed. Okay.
Robbed. And actually, I should have both B's because otherwise it'd be robed, but robbed. Because if you have two consonants before an O here, the O is always ah sound. So, Ramon, have you ever gotten ripped off when you exchanged money?
As far as I know, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Have you ever gotten ripped off in a taxi?
Yes. There was a time when I was in Rio, I
Uh-huh.
was ripped off on a taxi. I was
Uh,
there for travel, or for
uh-huh.
job,
Uh-huh.
but I felt that. Yes, yes. And after a while, I told the guy how much I paid for the taxi, and he said, "Yes, you were ripped off." So
Wow. So they'll even though you're not a foreigner, they'll still rip you off.
yes, yes, but it happens because here in Brazil we have many different accents. So my
Uh-huh.
accent from Minas
Uh-huh.
and Caco, I guess, is from São Paulo. They are very different, for instance. And as soon as you get in another state, people will realize you're not from there, and they
Oh,
usually
because of
do
the.
that.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the same, like, for example, in New York City, I have heard that you could, I like, for example, since I am obviously not from New York City, I could get ripped off there, as you know, but I just didn't realize that that would be the same out elsewhere. I don't know why I didn't realize that. It just didn't. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens. What can we do?
yeah, exactly. It does happen. All right, so. Let's since we just have a few minutes left. Kako, first question: do you like package holidays or do you prefer to go off the beaten track? Why? And off the beaten track is where basically where other people do not go. Kako, are you there?
Teacher,
Okay.
packed holidays are packed of travel to
Mm-hmm.
to trip.
Yes.
Uh, um,
So they'll give you basically the whole trip is planned out.
no,
Where
I don't like packed holidays because I prefer to mount my own packed
mm-hmm.
holiday. Um, I prefer to select the airline company, my to buy my tickets, to buy my reservation, to make my reservation, my hotel reservations, to
Mm-hmm.
establish my itinerary,
Mm-hmm.
and the sites to be visited.
Mm-hmm. So instead of itinerary, you would say itinerary. So you prefer to do it yourself. Okay.
My itinerary.
Yeah. All right. Diana, how about you, number 2? Do you try to pick up the local language when you were on holiday?
Yes, it's important and necessary to survive in any place.
Hmm.
You know the local language, maybe you can confuse about the things that people say.
Hmm. Now, my understanding is in South America, if you were to travel, for example, to Chile or to Venezuela or Argentina, the Spanish is slightly different. Would you also try to pick up the different vocabulary used in
It
Spanish-speaking countries?
depends because similar to English people, in different countries they use slangs and idioms, and
And so
sometimes you
it's like,
can be confused about the things that they can say.
yeah, I've got some funny ones for British English. I'm like,
Yes,
what?
and some words that you use in a country maybe are bad words in other countries. You need to be careful with the language.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. Well, you guys, thank you very much for your participation, and I hope you learned some new phrases and words, and have happy travels next time you travel. So, come to Idaho.
Oh
So,
yes, beautiful.
thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
all later.
Bye.
Thank you, Holly.
Bye.
Thank you, Holly.
Bye.
Have a good
Sleep
night.
Thank
well.
you. Bye.
Bye.